Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into the super sweet world of online gaming. Specifically, we're looking at Sugar Rush 1000. It's a new online slot from Pragmatic Play, just out in March 2024. Candy-themed, looks bright. Our goal, to kind of unpack how it works and figure out why it's catching on.
Yeah, and what's interesting right off the bat is that this isn't totally new. It's actually an upgrade, like a sequel to an already popular game. They've taken things people liked and just amplified them. It really signals they're aiming for, bigger potential, more excitement for players.
Okay, so let's dig into that. The foundation, how does it actually play? It's set up on a 7x7 grid, right? And it uses cluster pays. So you need groups of symbols, 5 or more touching. And they mention high volatility. Plus, a really high return to player, the RTP, up to 97.5%. What does that combo tell us straight away?
Well, that pairing high volatility and a generous RTP, like 97.5%, it's a pretty clear signpost. It tells you this game isn't really built for players who just want lots of small, frequent wins. It's designed more for chasing those bigger, less common payouts. It definitely leans towards players who maybe enjoy that higher risk, that potential for a really significant hit, maybe a bit more strategic in their approach.
Right. And speaking of excitement, there's the tumbling reels thing. That seems key. Winning symbols vanish, new ones drop down, creates potential chain reactions from just one spin. Yeah.
Exactly. And that mechanism is crucial because it ties directly into the real powerhouse feature, the multiplier spots. So imagine this. A winning cluster hits, symbols vanish. The spots where they were, they get marked. If another win happens on that same marked spot later in the tumble sequence, a multiplier appears, starting at 2x. And here's the kicker. If another win hits that same spot again, the multiplier doubles. So 2x becomes 4x, then 8x, all the way up to, well, frankly, a massive 1024x potential on a single spot.
Wow. Okay. 1024x on one spot.
And critically, if you get a win that uses multiple multiplier spots, those multipliers add together before multiplying your win. That's how you can get those really huge payouts.
That makes sense. But there's a catch in the base game, isn't there? With those spots.
Yeah, good point. In the regular base game spins, once you have a tumble sequence that doesn't result in a win, all those marked spots and their multipliers, they disappear. Reset for the next paid spin.
Okay, but that changes in the free spins round.
Precisely. During free spins, those multiplier spots, they stick. They don't reset between spins. So any multiplier you build up stays there for the entire duration of the free spins round and can keep growing with subsequent wins on those spots. That's where the potential really ramps up.
And how do you get into those free spins? The usual way, landing scatter symbols, right? 3 or more gets you in, awarding, 10 to 30 spins, depending on how many scatters?
Yep, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 scatters give you 10, 12, 15, 20, or 30 free spins, respectively. And you can re-trigger them, too, land more scatters during the round for extra spins.
But there's another way in, a shortcut.
There is. The bonus buy option. This is interesting from a strategy perspective for you, the player. You can pay 100 times your current bet to instantly trigger the standard free spins round. Or, and this is a much bigger gamble, you can pay 500 times your bet. This triggers a super free spins round where some multiplier spots are already active and potentially have multipliers on them right from the start.
Okay, so that's a big decision. Pay a lot more for a head start on those sticky multipliers. Risk versus reward. Baked right in.
Definitely. It adds a layer of player choice depending on your bankroll and, frankly, your appetite for risk.
And visually, while all this math is happening, it's wrapped in that candy theme. Gummy bears, jelly beans.
Yeah, very bright, very colorful, Candyland vibes,
Yeah.
Runs smoothly on mobiles, desktops, all the usual platforms. The visuals are polished.
So pulling it together strategy-wise.
Yeah.
Given the high volatility and those potentially huge but sticky multipliers and free spins, what's the approach?
I'd say bankroll management is key. Because it's volatile, you need to be prepared for potentially longer stretches without big wins. The real aim is to either trigger those free spins naturally, or, if you use the buy feature, capitalize heavily on those persistent growing multipliers. It's less about frequent hits and more about maximizing those bonus round opportunities. Patience is probably important here.
Right. So Sugar Rush 1000, it seems like more than just a simple sequel. It's taking familiar ideas, but really pushing the potential, especially with those multipliers. High stakes, complex mechanics, but wrapped in a fun theme. And that 25,000 times the bet max win, that's pretty significant.
It absolutely is. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Where is this kind of game design heading? We're seeing more games that blend luck with these intricate systems, these high potential rewards that almost invite a more strategic kind of play.
Yeah.
What does that say about what players are looking for in online entertainment now? Maybe less pure chance, more complex potential.
That's a really interesting thought to leave things on. the evolution of strategy within these games. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Sugar Rush 1000. We hope this look at its mechanics and its sweet appeal was useful for you.